Welcome, everybody. I'm going to be doing a live check-in here with you guys. So give me like a minute to share the link. And we'll just see how everyone is doing, where everyone is at. We'll be sharing some things, some codes, and some updates as well. If you are here, you're welcome to say hi. Right. All right. I won't be able to do it on all platforms. Hello, David. Welcome. Oh, all right. I'll be checking in the chat here and there. I have two phones, and one of those phones sometimes gets a little starts acting up a little bit, so I may or may not be able to check in all the time. Right now, since I just got started, I'm gonna just leave it to charge a little bit. And while we wait, just want to welcome everyone here. Welcome to keep welcoming you to June, as it's such a powerful month. And want to share just a quick little update as I get things started, as we wait for anybody that would like to join us. I'm going to be kind of jumping back into what I was doing for past maybe month or so. I'm going to be closing the clearing session this week. I had a clearing session that I started actually 2 weeks ago, embodying confidence. And so that one will, I'm going to be closing that one, meaning I'm going to be finishing that series. Where do I have it? See if I find the little picture. This one. So I'm going to be finishing this series this month for anybody that would like to join. I'll put the link actually in the comments. It's just one generic link and you'll find everything there. So I'm going to share that one. And I'm also going to be opening up on Saturday a group support session. And I actually have not done a group support. I haven't done a group support session like open to the public in months, probably since the beginning of the year. I probably will be doing these a little bit more. It just depends. These are spaces where we can come together, we can share, we can ask questions, or you guys can ask questions. I also want to support individually, maybe do like a group connection and a group integration for things for certain things and themes that each individual bring up, because every single person is actually going through very similar things and everything supports. So while you may not be experiencing the exact same thing, the theme that we are all going through is actually the same, because we all have to clear the same frequencies. So just wanted to share that. I'll be doing that on Saturday. And if you click the link below that I just posted on the chat, I will be putting it on the description and in the comments for anybody that would like to come in and join. You are welcome to. I don't have a cap right now. However, that may change in another moment, where I might just say, hey, I'm just going to do it for the first 10, 15 people, so that I have the opportunity to, kind of like have the opportunity for everyone to speak and share. The reason I say that is because we do go, we can, this can be a lengthy session. I'm only going to be doing it for about 3 hours each. So I have 2 sessions, one in the morning and one in the evening, to also accommodate other people in other planets, in other places, and other planets. So I'll have 2 sessions, and each session I have allotted about 3 hours each, so that we can have this time to in the space to open up and go deeper into different things, so on and so forth. So, let me put that one up. That one. That's what I have, and you'll see this little image in the link that I just shared. And you just click on there so you can look at the times, feel if this is something that you want to join in on. And then you'll have an opportunity to purchase a session. You'll have, it's only one though. The price exchange is for one. If you do want to join for both, you'll have to just add 2 items on the cart, and you will receive the recording for the session that you actually joined. If you aren't able to join for whatever reason, I know things happen, it's totally cool. I will still send the recording. If you see in the little description of the item, there are no refunds on any of my products, and that's because every exchange that you guys make supports us so very much to create and align and do so many things, and it also supports you. So really keep that in your consciousness, that everything that you share, everything that you contribute, and everything that you exchange with me and with anyone else that is building the new, it supports us so much, and it supports you as well. So just keep that, feel into that. This is how we continue to flow with the new, flow with the energy. And we'll be talking about all of that and much more as we continue to navigate all of these things. So just wanted to share that with you guys. Again, I'll be popping in and see if anyone's here. You're welcome to say hi. I wanted to come earlier interesting. But it was, things shifted for me. And so here I am. Is there anything that I wanted to share? I wanted to actually make a video on this. I might as well just share a little bit here on here because I did a little meditation earlier today called Staying Calm. And so I wanted to bring that topic as well in this. Actually, I wanted to share it in like a separate video. But while we're here and while we're waiting to see if anyone else is going to be able to join in, I want to share a little bit about this theme because I feel very confident in saying this right now. A lot of us collectively have hit a critical point, a very critical, pivotal point. Now, it's still the beginning for the masses, okay? But a lot of us tend to go through it first. So we'll feel the frequencies first, we'll go through the themes, and we'll go through it at some level before most people or the masses go through it, right? So this is an important one because there is so much brewing. There's so much happening. There's so much shifting. There's so much changing. And I bet that every single person probably here can attest to that. So many things are continuing to change. So many things are continuing to move and open and just unravel in so many different ways. That's why I might have to take these off just for this. The alignments continue in so many ways. Okay. Much, much better. There's a lot happening. And I love looking at the weather because the weather will always confirm or show me what's happening in the collectives. So we had a storm a little bit, a small storm earlier, or just a small kind of rainstorm earlier. And those come with a lot of wind too. The wind picked up. It wasn't as strong as it has been in other moments, but it was a little bit windy as a storm. And even earlier today, my mom was talking to me about tornadoes. I've been, you know, my phone sometimes sends me notifications of like hurricanes. Okay. This is the energies or the energetics that we're starting to feel more and more we're starting to see more of as well. Tornadoes, hurricanes, rainstorms. We actually had a hailstorm last week. And the wind's been really, really strong lately. So whatever you are noticing within your reality, within your world, it will give you an opportunity to see more of what's going on, to feel deeper as well. And so collectively, I feel like this is where, how can I say this? This is very prevalent, the storm. In fact, it was very interesting. When was this? Last week, I was supporting one of my kiddos in we were reviewing his for his test. And so he has hi, welcome. No, I just started. So you're good. Hi, Lulu. I was helping him review for his science exam. When he's talking about hurricanes, he learned about hurricanes and talked about the eye of the hurricane. And it just said, like I just read, the eye of the hurricane is where it's most calm. And I thought, oh my God, this is where we need to be. We need to be in the center, right? AKA in our center, in our core, which means in our body, because the storm that will continue to unravel and the storm that we will continue to see and we will continue to need to feel into is continuing to escalate. And I'm sure for a lot of us, who you are either feeling this, you may also be seeing these things or just kind of overhearing. There's a lot of things happening, and each and every single person will know exactly where you are. Okay. There were moments and times in my phase where I rarely knew what really was going on in the world. Okay. And that is an important phase to honor. Okay. Here now I'm in a different phase. And so I am now able to kind of look more at what's happening, what's going on, and put the pieces together. Observe and just kind of analyze and just feel deeper levels of what's happening, why certain things are happening, and so on and so forth. But, this theme is continuing to evolve. And it's going to be so super important for all of us to continue to come here, come back to the body, come back to your root. Everything around the root is being shaken. Hi. Everything around the root, everything in, on or around the root is going to continually be stirred, shaken, cleared. Everything that every single say any of the safe systems, security, anything we latched onto for security, anything that was at one point in our lives safe, our security blanket, our safety net, anything at all that is still tied within the old structures are really going to be activated. They're going to be triggered. They're going to be pushed up. Because what's going to continually happen is that those structures will continue to shift and change, and they will no longer be what they once were. Okay. Every single person has to really tune in and feel what they're each going to be guided to do. Every single person's different. Okay. There might be similarities because there will be similarities. However, this is where every single person's journey is unique. Every single person's reality is unique. So just because this person did it this way doesn't necessarily mean that you have to do it the exact same way. In fact, it's probably not going to be the exact same way. There might be similarities, but we have to really feel into how each and every single person's journey is unique. Every single person's journey is going to have that personalized stamp on it, right? And so there's a lot. I know we're feeling a lot of things in the body. I've been sharing a little bit of my newness as well within the Facebook group, the private one. Things that I've been sharing, things that I've been feeling into and going into and stuff like that. You guys are more than welcome to share. This is a live check-in, so I did want to check in with you guys, see how you guys are doing, see what you guys are feeling, seeing where you guys are at as well. Just to share, just to open up the space. I say each person is unique and individual, and yet there are so many things overlapping right now. So many things that a lot of us are starting to feel. A lot of things, themes are similar themes are coming up to the surface as well. I shared in the group as well, in the private group. There's energetics of deeper level of confusion, feeling lost, feeling the self-worth was really coming up, but it was more subtle for me, although I was starting to feel it to the point of like this mild depression. Not as strong as I have felt it in the past, but trickles of like depression, feeling a little depressed. And I loved how one of my teachers explained the word depressed is deep rest. And so this is part of the reason why a lot of depression comes with a lot of rest, not wanting to do much, not feeling the desire, not feeling the inspiration, not feeling motivated to do much of anything. And this is such a huge part of this process. This is such a huge part of this process to just honor. When you feel into, I'll share this right now. When you feel into how everything is a phase, you are this wave. Okay. There will continue to be things that come up, that arise. Things can get a little tense or intensify. But the moment that you open up to this is a phase, you start to remember that there's a moment where things shift and you come back into, okay. It's not a forever thing. Nothing is. The only thing that will and forever be is energy, right? Energy will always be. And within that remembrance, energy is always moving and shifting, which means that nothing stays the same infinitely, right? There's always movement, there's always change, there's always shifts. Okay, keep that in your consciousness so that you can start to remember that whatever you're going through is a phase. It's part of the wave. It's part of the activations, the activations and the clearance that will come with it. It's part of so many different things, right? When we latch on too much to whatever's going on, that's when the mind starts to perceive it as, oh my God, I've been here forever. Oh my God, I've been here for so long. I've been here for, when is this going to end? It's because your mind latches onto it, creating more of the linearity of time, the linear perception of time. And you then start to become bound to it. If that makes sense. When in reality, not in reality, but when you shift back to here, your body, feeling deeper levels of this energy, you will start to notice how things shift. And things will shift actually quite fast, a lot faster when you're in that consciousness. You're no longer bound to the linearity of time. You're no longer perceiving this experience in a way that stretches. It actually shifts a lot faster than we think, and a lot faster than we probably want to as well. Because when you latch to it, there's part of you that wants to keep, and that keeps it going. It becomes part of your survival mechanism. It becomes part of your protection mechanisms too. So everything shifts and changes because everything is energy. allowing yourself to ask, where am I not allowing this? Take it back to you. Where am I not allowing this to change? Where am I not seeing the shifts? Where am I blinding myself from fully feeling this? Where do I not want things to change? You have to go into the polar opposites. Remember the polar effect that I talked about? I may or may not still have it, in on my YouTube for free. I don't remember. But this is such an important part of the journey to really open up to. You're not just one aspect. You are a gazillion of aspects. And the more that you open up to that, the more you get to connect to all of these different aspects that believe all of these different things, that feel all of these different things. And awareness is the first step that we all need to take in order to continue to break free, in order to break out, in order to break through. What else did I want to share about that? The movement right now that we will see, that we will continue to see, might not be the movement that our linear mind wants. Okay, the changes that are happening don't align with what the linear mind perceives is light. However, I want to open you up to how stagnant we have been for a really long time. Meaning, there was before, whenever you want to place this before, whatever year, however long before, the movement was very little. Okay. We're coming into a space where the gap, the difference between how things were before and how things are now is going to continue to grow. Right? Things are massively different. And this is just the beginning. This is just the start of how continually different things are going to get. And the biggest thing to also remember is that your linear mind cannot keep up. This is why we struggle. This is why we say it's challenging. This is why, words like, oh my God, this is hard. This is too much. This is overwhelming come to the picture, because we're still trying to live within a structure in our reality that is still very attached to old principles, old mindsets, old perceptions, old linear separation consciousness. Okay. And so the magic of all of this is that the more things separate, the more things open. Yes, there will be things that break. The more things break, but that's also how they open up. And the more everything gets to come into balance. But this gap will continue to grow exponentially. It's so funny when I feel deeper levels of what's happening and what this is all about. And I keep feeling into like, oh my God, this is a non-universal year. What is this actually going to mean for every single one of us? Of course, a lot. And this is probably why I feel like the tipping point. for a lot of us, not for all, but for a lot of us, is going to continually be felt this year. Um, because we're going to be able to break out of how it's been for so long this year. We're going to be able to break out of the old norms, out of the old perceptions, out of the old realities in a lot of different ways. However you see and however you experience it for you is completely and totally perfect. But I see this massive shift for this energy, this 9 energetic and linear year that will change us all. Allow yourself to open up to the smoothness though, because I've already had, well, there's been a lot of things that have come into my reality, new revelations that have completely awakened me to in a deeper level and have completely broken me at deeper levels inside, that, or in a way that allows me to say, okay, what's my role now? What am I to do now? What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do with this now that I know, and now that I know that this is in my reality? And so there's a lot of things that we can all do to soften the experience. Yes, 9, completion of something. There's going to be a lot of completions, closures, endings, but I also want to add that there's also a lot of beginnings, because there's a lot, this polar opposite energy applies to everything. So we're seeing a lot of endings, closures, completions, but also a lot of openings, beginnings, and new beginnings, and a lot of things, right? Like in the church, right? It's the beginning of this new the new pope that took place, I don't know when, last month or so. So a lot of new beginnings too. Um a lot of new things happening. We've seen a lot of new things that we've probably never seen before right now, which is part of the polar effect that I call it sometimes, a polar opposite that we're going to be seeing. And just feeling into allowing yourself to really feel deeper into the energy and feel where or what you can do to continue to flow and continue to be this energy. When things are harsh, when things are difficult, when things aren't soft, is because at some level well, it's because we still live within that separation consciousness with that thing, with that energy. And one of the biggest things that has been coming through, is there hasn't been enough integration of that energy. We have not fully allowed ourselves to become one with it. And this is, well, part of why I have been talking about change for a while and continue to do so, is because the energy of change is who we are. And the more that we allow ourselves to embrace it, the more we allow ourselves to feel it, the more we allow ourselves to be more connected, the more we become the energy of change, and the less drastic we feel the change. If that makes sense. Hi. Hi, Forrest. Welcome, welcome. I'm checking in with you guys, seeing how you guys are. You're welcome to share anything that you feel. Anything at all. It doesn't even have to really pertain to this theme. I just started talking about the energies of the nine, the energy of this year, the energy of um the energies of the shifts and the changes and everything that's going on right now. Which are becoming stronger and stronger. I feel like we're all feeling that. It's becoming this is what's happening actually. We're coming into a space where you either jump on board with what's happening, you either jump on board with the change, you continue to allow the turns and the twists or the shifting of the gears to occur, or we're just making the journey a little bit harder for ourselves. And so a lot of us have been feeling levels of this, but for some reason it's coming through right now. Um, be super duper open and ready to completely shift gears or turn. Take maybe a sharp turn. Be open to how the universe redirects. And it's so fascinating. I look at everything and I see, what things happen. Everything happens in my reality has a message and is for a purpose. And so this has happened quite a bit, but I have this little apron that I bought a couple months ago. And there's an opening in like the sides of it. And so when I get too close to like a doorknob, it like pulls me. So it happened today twice, and I finally kind of got this message of like this very sharp kind of like turn. And I'm kind of getting this energy right now of like just be completely and totally open if that does happen, where you're like jolted. It jolts me into like a spring where you're like, it kind of pulls me back. Um, and today I was a little more conscious of it, and I was like, okay, and it did allow me to become much more present so that it's like, okay, I get the message, I get you're trying to tell me something. Let me also become more conscious so that I don't rip my apron up or like whatever the case may be, the jolt becomes too too much. Which did support, but this kind of jolt, oh, like it pulls me back. And it's so fun, it's fascinating. I still have to read into this deeper for myself, as to what it's trying to tell me and what's the message behind. But this jolting of like, be completely open and ready to completely take, completely allow the universe to redirect you in whatever way that it needs to. Allow your universe to change gears, to shift, to like take that kind of sharp turn if you need to, right? If it's necessary. Because with the continual shifts and changes that are happening, we just kind of never know where we're going to be, where we're going to end up, where we're going to be, where we're going to need to be, who we're going to need to be with. Like, it's kind of like this massive kind of like surprise element that I kind of feel into. That we're just gonna have to really open up to that. Hi. Yeah, so I was going to do this earlier today, but then I things shifted and then so you guys probably like read because I posted on the group and then I left it there. I edited the post for after like I don't know. Wasn't long after I posted it, maybe like I know it was between 5 and 10 minutes. So you probably saw the first time I posted it. But then I changed it and I put the time that I was gonna be here. So apologize for that. Where do we go? I will continue to put it in the Facebook group. I didn't put it in the Telegram group nor the Twitter. I need to look, I need to feel it deeper into this, but I do post it as in as many platforms as I can or as I am guided to. Facebook groups is probably going to be the best. And I say that, but I know I also want to keep it. I also want to share within those that are not in Facebook. Um, so with that, let me just share it here. Um, doot, doot, doot. Oh, maybe same. I also feel that too, Lilith, the redirection. I feel that's gonna be a little like it's gonna come through a little stronger and stronger for a lot of us. And again, it's coming into the space of being completely open to that redirect that you might be feeling into. Um, right? There's oh, okay. No worries. I kind of reopened, not reopened it, but I started to become a little more active on the Telegram group as well. I have all the links here for anybody that is curious as to where I also post the ones that the platform that I post the least on is TikTok and Instagram right now, and Twitter. Not so much on Twitter yet, but Facebook, YouTube seems to be the most, and Telegram too. So I will do my best to share as well. Share in those, share in as many, and share with time, like share in advance too. It's kind of been my thing too, of like sharing in advance. So um the redirect, the shifts and changes, the turns, surprises, surprise factors are all kind of coming up in some way. Be completely and totally open, excuse me, and know that that's actually really normal. There's still a lot of surprises, new surprises, magical surprises, things that you may not have quite foreseen, you might have not quite expected, and yet that's your linear mind. The soul at some level is always connected to your soul journey, always knows where you're going, always knows more than what your linear mind can remember. And so wherever you are, just know that it's quite normal for these shifts and the changes and the redirections, the new paths coming through, the realities that are going to that are going to change everything for you. I feel this quite strong, from now until the next year or two, where everything, absolutely everything, is going to change at some level. And so right now, what you're going through and what I'm going through is literally just preparing us for that, preparing us for those moments, for those changes. We're taking those steps right now to further align with the new, our new. And it may not be nothing. Well, it may not occur in the way that you thought it would occur, and it may look completely different in some way. It's like you might have thought, oh, this is what was I thought this was what was going to take me over here. And then it turns out that it is nothing like what you thought. Oh, it's this other thing that you had no idea, that you thought was, way out there. What is actually going to bring you into deeper levels of alignment. And I'm going through that part of that process myself as well. And again, just continually opening up, continuing to stay present, continuing to allow your universe, higher self, soul light to make those adjustments, make those realignments, make those shifts and changes. Don't resist anymore. Even if you think this is crazy, even if you think, oh my God, I'm never going to be able to do this, or oh my God, how is this going to work, or how is this going to happen? Like, feel it. Don't escape. Feel that, but don't let that ruin what your higher self universe is actually trying to align for you. Everything that's happening in your body is so massive. It's so huge. It's so important, because now more than ever, our bodies have to adjust. Our bodies have to clear. Our bodies have to release, recalibrate, reprogram, recode absolutely everything at some level in order for the highest of the highest of the highest realities to come through. So there is there's linear time, a little bit of the linear time that comes to that. So be patient and continue to honor everything that you're going through right now. That may not make a lot of sense, especially things that you are experiencing or feeling that you've never felt before. All of these are so supportive. The thing is that our linear minds cannot accept support. Our linear minds, our small, hurt little child, does not believe that it deserves the support. It doesn't believe that it deserves to be loved. It doesn't believe that it's this or this or this or that. And so all of our lives, we've been living in resistance mode, resisting the very things that we need, the very things that we yearn, not knowing really that we've been pushing it pushing it away all along. Right? So everything's changing. Finally, everything's moving, everything's opening up. more and more and bigger and bigger and bigger. Let yourself be supported. Allow yourself to receive the support that it needs. And simultaneously be open to making those changes that you personally have to do as well. So it's going to take, it's going to be, it's always simple, this simple journey, which is important to really keep it simple, especially now more than ever, but also open yourself up to those steps that we all have to do, have to make, breaking those patterns, recognizing those old belief systems, and allowing yourself to go deeper, deeper, deeper. The deepening is now more important than ever. It almost feels like it's the only way. And we're so used to just keeping everything superficial. We're so used to keeping ourselves in this superficial and artificial, at some level, baseline. This is no longer the case anymore. This is where we take everything to the deepest part of ourselves, to the deep end of our being. And in fact, you just never end. You just continue to deepen and deepen and deepen and deepen everything. So that you can allow yourself, give yourself the opportunity to actually enjoy this process. I don't know if any of you have heard the phrase, it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Take that and really feel into this, because it is about the journey. You're always going to be in a path. When you get to the destination, you will have this new openness to go deeper into the journey, or go deeper, go into a different direction, or expand into that space. So you're kind of always going to be in this journey. You're always, always, always going to be in this expansion journey, right? Allowing yourself to enjoy the journey. Allow yourself to enjoy the ride. Allow yourself the opportunity, because nobody can do this for you. You have to do this for yourself, meaning you're the one that has to give yourself permission, because all along it's been us. All along, we're the ones that have closed the doors. We're the ones that have created the resistance. We're the ones that keep on battling ourselves. We are the ones that keep on making things harder. No one else is doing this for you. This is you. It's us. So really feeling into that, really opening yourself to that a little bit more, so that you can start to give yourself permission. You can utilize it, on your day to day as a mantra, but really feel into this. Where am I not giving myself permission? Where have I closed the doors? Where have I not permitted myself to do this, to feel this, right? All of these different things. All about the journey, yes. allowing yourself to take a deeper level of awareness, deeper level of knowing, and allowing yourself to come into a deeper connection to all of those aspects that you only thought existed in somebody else, right? Oh, this person, or oh, this thing outside is doing this. Oh, this person, or this reality, this thing, whatever the case, is creating this for me, right? And allowing yourself to just be in that. Where am I doing that to myself? Where have I not giving myself permission? Take it super simple. Where have I not given myself permission to feel this? Where am I not allowing myself to really, truly, consciously feel this? With my gut, with my body, with my root, with my legs. Your whole body has to open up, right? Oh, beautiful forest. Traveling is so huge. So it's wonderful that you're giving yourself that opportunity to get out there, to move, to travel, right? All of these different things. Where am I not giving myself permission? Just take it, just open up to that. Continue to feel. It is going to trigger and it is going to activate a slew of absolutely everything, every emotion known to man, because our small minds cannot really fathom that we would do these things ourselves, right? And yet, it's the only key that exists to break free. It's the only key that we actually are required to take so that we can open ourselves up. And a lot of things are going to take you into this multidimensionality where these are ancient aspects within yourself. These are old aspects. These are galactic aspects. These are quote unquote parallel lives, not quote unquote is the past lives, which are parallel lives that are simultaneously existing right now that I may not have a full awareness of, but the energies overlap this reality right now. This is why the reality right now doesn't make any sense at all. It will not make any logical sense because energy is not linear, right? Energy is multidimensional, meaning that everything that you are exists simultaneously in a gazillion other ways, in a gazillion other forms, in a gazillion other timelines, in a gazillion other dimensions. And right now, what's happening is that the separation of all of these aspects and energies is dissolving faster and faster and faster and faster. So you're no longer in this, oh, this is the only thing that's happening. I am just in this body. This is just, I am just one person or one aspect. No, you're so much more. And now we're starting to live within that consciousness, but our linear mind doesn't understand. Our linear mind still doesn't know what's going on, right? Our linear mind is still like, well, I'm doing this and I'm doing this, but I'm still getting this result, right? Or I'm being this and I'm, XYZ, I'm doing XYZ, but I'm still experiencing this other thing, right? Well, that's because you're not just XYZ. You're not just doing XYZ. There's so many aspects within yourself that are simultaneously living and active or actively inside of you that are playing a role in what you are experiencing right now. The biggest thing is that you don't need to know everything, exactly everything of what's happening. You're welcome. Thank you so much for hopping on, David and Lilith. The biggest thing for you, for all of us, is to become present right now. To become more present in this now. To become more aligned to this now moment, into your breath, right? So that you can continually allow more light to travel through every single reality, every single dimension, every single life that you're living, every single energetic portal that you have, so that every single reality that you're living and existing from can be realigned and can come to balance. Okay, you don't have to make sense of anything, you just have to breathe and feel and know that everything is happening for a higher purpose and everything is really supporting you right now. And you continually feel, where do I not feel like this is true? And where do I not feel supported? And where do I not feel like I'm being, where do I not feel like this reality is not supporting me? And then you go into, what do I not want to see? What do I not want to see about myself? What do I not want to see about X person? What do I not want to, what emotion have I disconnected so much from that I can't even comprehend, or I can't even, that I'm not even conscious of, right? So all of these things just open up to feel deeper levels of this. Take a moment to breathe into your entire body. Let your body continually aligned energetically, everything that needs to be aligned from deep within yourself. And then allow that space, that opening that allows you to have more clarity, so that you can continue to support the realignment that's happening within you in the physical steps that you're going to have to take. Because that's going to be also very, very important and very crucial for every single one of us. So, being the calm. I know I wanted to talk a little bit about this. Let me just talk a little bit about this before I wrap it up. Before I wrap things up, staying within your calm is going to, you're gonna need to, in order for all of us to be there, we're all gonna need to continue to feel and continue to connect to those spaces that are still within the storm. It's like you need to feel your chaos. You need to continually feel that battle inside, that resistance inside, that push and pull force within yourself, so that you can balance everything, so that your light can balance everything and can bring you back into this calmness. The storm is brewing. The storm, the changes that are coming are brewing. We're getting closer and closer to that. And I know that each person will experience it differently. I know every single one of us will start to see things a little differently. Some things have already stormed. Some things have not. Okay. But there's going to be a lot more movement, a lot more changes, a lot more collapses, a lot more of absolutely everything. how much of your energy, how many aspects of yourself are within this eye wall of the storm, meaning the most chaotic, and how how much of yourself is in the eye of the storm, which is the calm part of the storm. It's this is our bridge to consciousness, becoming more aware. Oh yeah, I still have these aspects, or I still feel that this, you know, amount of myself is within that storm, is within that turbulence. Okay, let me feel that. Let me allow myself to feel deeper into that. And it's interesting, and I've talked a little bit about this before, but there's so much shaking up. A lot of what my body will guide me and will tell me like, hey, this is necessary, is this like shaking, this constant movement. When I'm asleep, sometimes it's just my toes. My toes will be like moving back and forth. Sometimes it's my whole feet, sometimes it's my legs. This is part of clearing the turbulence so that you're not caught up in a reality that's turbulent. This is why I say what's happening in your body is so important to honor right now. And allow yourself to keep on listening and keep on tuning into what you need to do for your body. So there's been a lot of the shaking. There's a lot of the feeling the turbulence in me so that I can clear that energy within myself. Remember that everything is within you. Everything will always be within you. So what part of you, what part of your body you need to connect to, and what does that part of your body need to clear the chaos, the fight, the battle inside, the argumentative energy, the judgment energy, the fight or flight energy, the war energy, the confusion energy, the distraught energy, the grief energy. All of these are different energies that are coming up for every single person on this planet. We need to continually feel and release those energies from deeper and deeper within the body. And there's going to be so much movement needed, so much of that shake and that like physically moving movement, so that you can come back into that calm and that peace inside. We need to be the peace. We need to be the calmness. We need to be the highest version of ourselves so that we can bring through the highest realities possible. Okay. We are bringing the highest realities possible, by the way. However, we will still be pushed deeper inside of ourselves. We will still be pushed to feel things at a level that we probably might have not felt before. We will still be pulled back inside, back into the center, back into our calmness. Right? We need to be in that calm water space so that we can see clearer, so we can see more, so that we can see deeper and see fuller and wider of what's happening, why it's happening, what's my role in what's happening, what are my purposes and service roles that I need to accomplish within those realities. So we can't really control the storm that's happening outside because that has a really big purpose. However, we can connect to the storm happening inside of ourselves so that we're not caught up in the storm or in the chaos. But again, for that, we have to continually feel deeper levels of the chaos, deeper levels of the storm within ourselves, so that our realities are in that stillness, right? So that we can experience more peace, more clarity, and more unity. So, probably going to wrap it up with that. For those that are still here, thanks for hopping on. Thanks for being here. Again, I will be opening, or I'll be closing the clearing session series that I started a few weeks ago. The topic is embodying confidence, and we're going to, that's a huge theme. That will always be a huge, humongous theme for every single one of us. Really bringing ourselves into that new sense of self, deeper sense of self-worth, anchoring more of our confidence to move through this really, really important phase in our reality. And also on this Saturday, I'll be opening up to a group support session. I'm not going to put a cap right now. I'm just going to leave it open. I do have the link and the comment in the chat, and I'll put it in the comments too below this video for anyone that would like to come and be in this sacred space where we can share and support one another and receive and activate and integrate so many more things that we still need to. So no worries. Yay. Be relaxed. That's really huge. So just continue to just let this be this lullaby that puts you in this calm, puts you back into your body. Thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for watching it or listening to the replay. Again, I will put the links in the bottom, in the comments, in the description. Sending everyone a huge wave of support. Continue to breathe. Continue to remember. And continue to be. Until next time.